what if some of the things you believe about yourself were never actually true? What if they were just repeated to you often enough that your brain decided they must be real? Think about the personal ones. I'm not good at this. I've always been like this. This is just who I am. Where did those come from? Because here's what I want you to understand. Some of what you believe about yourself was never chosen. It was repeated into you. If this already resonates, subscribe to ThinkPixel and follow us on Facebook. New psychology every day. Now let's keep going. In the 1970s, psychologists discovered something that changed how we understand belief. They gave people a list of statements, some true, some false. They came back later and showed the same statements again. The false ones rated more true the second time, simply because people had seen them before. Familiarity tricked the brain into trust. Psychologists call this the illusory truth effect. And it doesn't just work on strangers in a study. It works on everything your mind is exposed to, including what people said to you, including what was said about you. Here's the part that makes it personal. Your brain can't fact-check everything, so it takes a shortcut. If something arrives often enough, it gets filed as fact, not because it was proven, because it was repeated. Now think about the voices that had the most access to you. A parent, a teacher, a partner, a coach. The people who were around you the most. Their words played on repeat in your environment, and your brain heard them enough times to stop questioning them. You're too sensitive. You're not the smart one. You've always been difficult. Not things you decided about yourself, things that arrived, were repeated, and got filed as permanent fact. And here's the part no one warns you about. There's no notification when it happens, no moment where your brain says, "Warning, I'm now storing this as truth." It just becomes part of how you see yourself, quietly, without your awareness, without your permission. So what do you do with this? Step 1, notice what feels automatically true. Not what you decided after careful thought, what just feels like obvious fact about you without ever having been questioned. Those are the beliefs most worth examining. Step 2, trace it back. Ask yourself, when did I first hear this? Whose voice does this sound like? Almost every unexamined belief traces back to a specific person or a specific period of repetition. Once you see the source, you get to decide whether that source deserved the power to define you. Step 3, counter it deliberately. The same mechanism that installed it can help replace it. Repetition in the opposite direction. Not once, not twice, enough times for the counter to feel familiar, enough times for it to feel true. If this opens something up for you, subscribe to ThinkPixel and follow us on Facebook. Every day we decode the psychology behind why we think and feel the way we do. Hit the bell, because some of what you believe about yourself was never yours to begin with. And now you know the difference.